Hello, everybody. Welcome to Attitude, Altitude, and Acceptance. Today, we're going to talk about a phrase I had made that helps us get a better idea about how we might have conversations in the future. The phrase is, conversations begin where our two realities meet. Now, the idea behind this is perception is reality, and people have different experiences in their life that contribute to their perception. So let's go ahead and dig into this phrase and talk a little bit more about it and how we can apply it to ourselves in our conversations as we go forward in life. So as we go and live our lives, some of us are born into a large number of resources, be it money, adequate number of family members, whether it be the location we live in provides us the opportunity to go and be more outdoors or work in areas that are close to home that give us opportunities to pursue our passions. Others people might not have been as fortunate and maybe not had those types of resources or been in locations that provided them those opportunities, thus changing the perception of the way they see the world. So that perception is contributing also by, as we go into life and through life, the various things that occur to us, whether those be obstacles or challenges or miracles or successes that occur to us throughout the process of just living. So someone might have gone and been able to really conquer a life-ending disease and put it into remission, so they feel very fortunate to be alive. So that colors their perception of life in general. Other person might have, as a child, had a very close family member, be it a brother or a sister or mother or father, that passed away unexpectedly. That paints their view of reality or their perception of reality, and the world is a very cruel place. So different things that we encounter as we grow and develop from childhood all the way into adulthood determines our perception of life and how we see reality. So as this occurs, when two people come into either a very meaningful conversation or even a casual conversation, they bring with them those two perceptions or those two realities. There might be things that are very similar. They might have also come from two very well-resourced families, or they might have come from very differently resourced families. And to take those two realities and mash them together creates a very unique experience. And when you have those conversations, it's important to keep in mind that not everybody has the same experiences, and people come from different realities or their perception of reality when they come into those conversations. So as you're listening and having a conversation with somebody, think of it almost as like reading a mini biography, because when you have a very deep or meaningful conversation, their perceptions of reality come and influence that conversation. So they might have some very differing opinion from you on the topic. And rather than being setting up a front and being abrasive, be like, well, that's not my experience. Listen to it. Listen and see where they're coming from, understanding that everybody has different experiences as they've grown and developed through life. And take it as an opportunity to learn and maybe change your own perception of reality based on someone else's experience. A way to accelerate your own growth by learning from either other people's mistakes or other people's learning. There is also an opportunity to possibly influence another person's perception by showing them a positive light or something that was beneficial that you encountered. Maybe they didn't have the opportunity to encounter. So this is a great opportunity for you to develop as an individual, but also for you to possibly help somebody else gain perspective on something they didn't have the opportunity to learn or grow from. So part of this is just keeping in mind when you're having those either casual or very deep conversations that everybody is different and that we come from different experiences. And to give a little grace when you have maybe a very abrupt conversation with somebody and try and see it from their perspective. This will help you grow as an individual, and it might even help that person grow as an individual. Now, all conversations can't be extremely successful. There might be situations where you don't gain from a person's perception because they unfortunately do continue to have a negative perception of maybe life or their situation and don't want to try and improve it or don't want to look at it in a positive way. And what you say to them might not make a difference. So you can learn from that yourself, that being mindful that not everybody is going to want to change or will want to think in a positive way. So we just have to rise above it, learn from that conversation, and determine if we want to try and pursue another conversation with that individual or just leave it at that. Again, I want to thank you for joining me today, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into how this phrase of conversations begin where our two realities meet contributes to our overall depth of conversation and learning and growth as we talk with individuals we meet throughout life. If you're interested in some of my other content, I've got a link to a previous video about the 2023 3 questions you can ask yourself to get going. Also, purpose equals power. So if you haven't seen those, please reference the links below in the description. And I look forward to talking with you next time. Thank you very much and have a great day.